Homer shattered his jaw. The doctor firmly secured his jaw with rigid steel wires. Homer could only make vague ah sounds. He couldn't even eat solid food, which happened to be his favorite thing.
Stop it, Homer!
Oh, don't worry. On a man his size, that just provides sexual release.
Homer had to rely on liquid food sucked through his nose to satisfy his hunger. Being unable to speak, he couldn't stop Bart from running out to play. He also missed out on the free Duff beer giveaway. When Homer wanted to drink pork bone soup, Marge flatly refused him. Bored to death, Homer began to take an active interest in Marge's life. Marge, in turn, vented to her heart's content about the trivialities and exhaustion of housework.
Marge thinks Flanders is annoying. This marriage just got interesting.
While Homer was feeding Maggie, he was so struck by his young daughter's cuteness that he couldn't help but kiss her. Consequently, he accidentally hooked Maggie onto his fixing wires. The little one was sent spinning in place. Homer scrambled to find a new pacifier. Just as he had calmed Maggie down, Lisa stormed in and slammed her school bag. Homer approached her to show his concern. Lisa poured out all her frustrations at school to him. Since he couldn't speak, he could only silently give Lisa a hug.
Thanks for listening, Dad.
Homer then assembled a model with Bart. The two of them built a strange contraption that was half airplane and half sailboat. As they were building, Bart opened up about his private thoughts to his silent father. For the first time, Homer discovered that Bart was actually a sensitive child. He also quieted his mind to listen earnestly to Grandpa Abe's stories of his past glories. Marge was in a great mood. She specially took Homer to a formal dinner at the country club. At the ball, Homer's awkward appearance due to the wires unexpectedly won everyone's favor. He and Marge danced gracefully on the floor. Marge was pleasantly surprised. She could finally spend a peaceful evening with Homer. Homer also decisively refused the rowdy donkey smashing cake segment. Right then, the doctor announced that the wires could be removed. The doctor took off Homer's wires and even complained about his bad breath.
I have to take off my shoes to cover the odor.
Nicely done.
Once he regained his ability to speak, Homer reflected with his friends at Moe's Tavern on how he had actually become a better person after learning to be silent. These words happened to be overheard by a TV show investor. He was invited onto a show on the spot. Homer and Marge participated in the recording together. Homer even publicly promised to fix his short-tempered ways.
Our next topic, my son still wets the bed. You told me we were going to Red Lobster!
Afterwards, Homer truly became gentle and obedient. Even his occasional swearing was only for play rehearsals. However, before long, Marge felt that life had become incredibly dull. She began to miss the old, crazy Homer who was always getting into trouble. Unable to hold back any longer, Marge secretly signed up for a demolition derby.
Marge is gone! But at least the demolition derby form is... What? No!
On the track, Marge was quickly hit by other cars and left with no way to fight back. Homer arrived just in time with Bart and Lisa. They were frantic with worry. Bart had a sudden brainwave and poured a whole can of beer into Homer's mouth. Homer instantly regained his old, wild spirit. Homer rode a donkey and charged recklessly across the arena, but the donkey soon ran out of energy.
Looks like little angel. Now to save me, Marge.
Seeing that Marge was in danger, Homer rushed to her side regardless of everything and rescued her. Marge looked at Homer, who had returned to his old self, with both shock and joy. In the end, she still loved the real Homer who loved her.